Alright, does appear that HLTV was a little bit late in getting these Go TVs shipped out to us, but nevertheless, welcome to 3DMAX versus Endpoint here in the third round, and 3DMAX already making a lot of damage. But interestingly, Scream is standing in here for the French roster. Not too sure whether he's been standing in for the entire round of the Epicenter qualifier, but either way, he is going to find the final 2 kills of the round. Make it 3-0 for 3DMAX. Endpoint going to be able to buy up into this round, though, as they will be able to get the AKs. Nevertheless, though, we are going to see Maka straight through the smoke. Thomas is able to find one in return. Still, Endpoint going to make their way toward the A-long area. It is a 3-on-3 AWP in the hands of Lucky. So Scream is going to get aggressive, meaning they can pretty much rotate every single player around toward that A-bomb site now. Just because they managed to push all the way through means that there has been no information gathered toward B. Endpoint taking their sweet time here as they execute toward the A site. Smokes to be thrown down inside of Deep CT, but 3DMAX, they're pretty much aware of this already. 40 seconds on the clock, and they have to at least make a push into the bomb site. Mighty Max is burning alive. Robin is able to trade one back, though. Scream looking for the swing out wide, and he will be able to drop the bomb. That leaves Loser at a 1-on-2. Lucky to finish him through the box. 3DMAX make it 4-0. Okay, he's on my account. Still, though, 3DMAX, 4th round, should be a 5th here as so trades back and forward. Jack's able to eliminate eventually as Thomas. The final player will not survive for long. 5-0.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Still, we are going to see the buy round from Endpoint. They have the AWP onto Loser. Still already robbing the first player to be taken out. He is going to fall, and that's one of the AKs removed from the round. Still though, 3DMAX. Already hearing the info as the players try to wrap toward the B bomb site. Jinx is able to find one. He does get himself a second and a third. Finally, Loser is able to execute one, but in a 1-on-4, this is going to be a very tough situation for him to try and win. Jax closes down, and it will be 6-0 here as 3DMAX take a great advantage so far. Yo, what up, Super Stidham? How you doing? Come to a meme on some UKCS. Still though. Marker is able to land himself a trade onto Robin. Meaning that it is going to be 3DMAX with the 4-on-4, 55 seconds in their favor. It's watch the headshot machine. How are you? I'm doing good, man. How are you? So, double AWP setup. Scream does get caught out as he tries to flank the T's into a 4-on-3, and Mighty Max to drop inside a CT spawn. Executes Lucky, makes it a 4-on-2. So Jinx is able to trade one, doing some great work on the B bomb site so far. Expecting a second player, but Pulse is able to finish him off before that happens. Still in that 1-on-3. Marker to go into the save. We should see that AWP carried over into the next round, but still he is being hunted down. Couple of players heading toward T-spawn. Endpoint trying to just go for the save, but might even be able to find the kill anyway. And Endpoint do get their first round here on the T side of Dust 2. Still, double AWP setup has been once again purchased by that CT side of 3DMAX. Losing this round for Endpoint would pretty much put them down to somewhat of a reset. There is a little bit of cash, but with them winning their first round, they would be down to that 1,400 round loss bonus. So heavily reliant on a second round here for Endpoint. Mighty Max able to spot the head of Maka. That is the first AWP to be removed from the round. Scream has come in for the rotate just to help out this A-bomb site. But Endpoint, they're playing calm right now. They don't really want to dedicate into anything, even though they found the initial kill for it. A couple of 3DMAX players to try and peek inside of lower tunnels. Oh, did Jinx spot the player? They tried to swing with the M4s. Thomas is able to find one. Did remain safe, and 45 seconds on the clock. 3v5. This should be Endpoint's second round for the taking. And that definitely should confirm it. Lucky to die on the B bomb site. The rest of the players for the CT side of 3DMAX to go into the save. But nevertheless, we are going to see Endpoint with a second round. Does mean that they won't be economically broken as of now. Still, 3DMAX actually able to put up just one more buy round. Losing this one would ultimately result in an eco, but being able to win this one, again, considering how many rounds they've won, have managed to build up a little bit of a bank balance, meaning they've been able to buy like 4 ops in 3 rounds. Still, 3DMAX holding these angles down towards a long Mac and able to execute loser. Just have to support the rest of the team there as well as Scream comes in with one more, finds 2, and Jax provides 2 more. 3DMAX with a very swift cleanup there of Endpoint toward long. This time we are into a little bit of a pause though. Gives us a great time to run the sponsor over at thunderpick.com. Kindly supporting any open IP cast of the Epicenter that we do. If you are looking to bet on esports matches, thunderpick.com is the place to do it. Use code ThunderpickTV to get 5% bonus on your first deposit up to €500. We'll play the advert. Should be back in time for the live. And there we go. Sellout. You know it. Still though. It's 3DMAX here. 7th round. Endpoint losing this one would put them into an eco situation. The loser has a nice angle on Scream if he goes for that peek. He gets spotted in a first pick to be found by the T side. A great start, and they should be wanting to capitalize on this. The smoke provides a nice gap for losers to watch. Sort of that lower mid. Look, he is waiting for the push, but again, loser is already trying to execute more frags. 3DMAX does find his death though, as a tag through the door results in 16 points of health onto Jinx. Not going to be a kill yet though, as they have to try and finish him off. He is low HP, but again, 4 on 4, 1 minute left, so a lot of time for Endpoint. Does give them a chance to make their way toward that B-bomb site. All 4 players grouped up inside of tunnels, going to try and use their force to break their way into this site. Still, Maka is holding that window area and might be probably one of the most vital players here to try and deny the push of Endpoint. Still, only being thrown down, and that does force him to back away. 20 seconds left. Bomb is looking to be planted. Jax will find one in return, though, and that makes it a 4-on-3. Jax to come through with 2, though, from inside of deep tunnels. Loses alone in a 1-on-4, and he's already been spotted. Maka to execute 8-2. And great round from 3DMAX to get back in that lead.
Has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Endpoint going to be on to somewhat of a semi-buy. Pistols across the entire team. Pulls actually down to a scout instead. Already damage being done by Scream, though. Is able to pick off Thomas, and Maka holding toward the back of the bomb site. Gets one through the box. Looks for a second as the CTs start to wrap around the back of the bomb site. Mighty Max to be eliminated. Post does find one in return, though, as is made into a 3-on-2. Being able to pick one more off. Lucky finds the final frag. That's 9-2 for 3DMAX. Are able to get even closer to double figures here in this first half. Again, it is only a best of 1, so pretty much every round matters here. Once again, double AWP setup being utilized here by that CT side. Already an early peek by the aggressive player of Jinx. Luckily doesn't get caught by the AWP. Maka is holding down toward that lower tunnels, though. Pulse is able to find one as Jax was getting aggro towards A long. Still, for one of these rounds of many, Endpoint having the initial advantage. Maka does get tagged though, but he pushes through the door. Robin able to eventually finish him off. 3-on-4, an advantage with Endpoint this round. They need to try and win this one as well. Going into that CT side with like 2 or 3 rounds is definitely dangerous. Again, a nice little peek from Robin. Finishes off Scream, makes it into a 4-on-2. Should be where the save comes here from 3DMAX. They have an AWP, 1M4 as well. Not too bad of a save, so that is what they will do. But again, 3DMAX did play in the first qualifier for Epicenter. However, failed to beat Ago, I believe, in a 3-map series. But to be fair, this bracket right now is somewhat much easier than the first one. In the first one, there was like there was Ago, there was Digital Chaos. I'm trying to think who else was there. There was, I think, Fnatic Academy, Smoke Criminals. So, for me, there were better teams in the first one, but again, I think pretty much anyone could qualify here. They beat LDLC in the round of 16 to make it to the quarterfinals here today. But again, this bracket could really go either way. It will be equals versus these nuts tomorrow. And then the winner of Isoco Boars Nexus versus 3DMAX Endpoint. So, for me, it's sort of down to either 3DMAX if they win this, or these nuts maybe to qualify, or Equals. Equals is a pretty good team. It's like the Barton Plessen mix, I think. No, not Plessen, sorry. Barton, like Pop Scheme. A couple of ex-Singularity players. Still, Jack's able to open up this round, as that was pretty much the first interaction we had in the opening minute. Robin, the first to die here on toward A short. Thomas finished off by Jinx as well, losing a straight back, but Lucky once more, finding 2 kills with an AWP. Loser able to find one in return, but Jax again to close out. I think that's a 3k in the round of 2 for him. Going into the penultimate round of the first half, and the money of Endpoint will allow them a buy round if they want to do it, but it will be very limited. They have gone for the investment though, a couple of AKs, but still a Galil and a CZ on the field. Yeah, this should be 3DMAX's game, really. Considering it's only a best of 1, it's pretty much their game to take. Already Mac flying the early one. Scream comes in for the second. Great chance for from Loser to do good damage, but Jax once again got an eye. Good spam from Maka. And Thomas alone in a 1-on-4. 11-3. Final round of the first half, and again, Endpoint probably should have gone for the save there to be able to have a full buy into the final round, but nevertheless, down to pistols for this one. Even so, 12-3 is a very respectable scoreline on the CT side to finish. Lucky already to pick off one, and that's Max taken out of the round. Lucky does find one and gets himself a second as well. 5-on-2. Although Lucky with great damage. Scream to finish 12-3 at the end of the first half. And Scream top fragging as well. 16 kills to 8 deaths. Only there because of his assists. But never mind. Playing well. I'm not too sure how long he's been standing in for. I'm going to assume for the entire bracket. But obviously, David P not able to play today, apparently. But obviously now the next qualifier isn't until the 27th, so quite a few days for these teams to try and qualify again. Yeah, 3DMAX played with Scream the entire way through the bracket. Anyway, Endpoint doing very well in the pistol round, as they are able to get themselves a 4th. Keep 4 players alive as well, so a great finish for them. But even so, 3DMAX into the 4th buy for this round. Having a couple of CZs on the field, a scout as well, but already info to be gathered by Thomas. Does a lot of damage, but can't direct it to one specific player. Pulsar is able to do so, though. And as Thomas swings in for the spam. able to find one more. Tag onto Robin with that scout from Lucky. Here for UKCS. Yeah, aren't we all? Great meme. Still Robin. Finds one more onto Scream, making it a 5-on-2. Should be a 5th round for Endpoint. Ooh, Lucky. Does find one though, and getting aggressive with the CZ. Pulse is very low HP, but luckily Thomas is able to assist his teammate, help him survive. He does die eventually, but Thomas is there again to trade. Does make it the 12-5 scoreline. One eco round to come through from 3DMAX, however. Driving to Insomnia now. Who's with me? Oh, dude. I'd love that. I thought Robin... I'm surprised he's playing an Endpoint right now, because they must be in a boot camp, surely. With, like, all the team there, because they're playing on LAN, like, very soon. At, Insomnia. At the UK... Is it UK Masters? I definitely do need to come to an Insomnia, though. I don't even see it on HLTV, to be fair. I assume it'll get added tomorrow, maybe? Anyway. 12-6. 3DMAX onto their first gun round. Pulse with a great execution onto Lucky. Thank you, Bez. Still though, 12-6. Loser spotting a lot of info there. He did see one more player dive inside the CT spawn. Max able to pick him off, and that does make it a 4-on-1. 2 kills for him in the final one from Loser. This game getting much more competitive now. Trust me to pick the most close game of this bracket. Up to now. .3DMAX though. Down to pistols for this round because they've got no money left. Endpoint's bank balance only getting better though. Still 12-7 and everything to gain for Endpoint. Blues have been playing very good with the AWP. Grenade will not do as much damage as Robin would have liked, but Loser again is manning down from that goose angle with the AWP. Spots the first player, but gets so much info. Tactical for more. Robin eventually able to spray down Maka, but being pushed by the Deagle screen. He will get picked off by Loser, and a great flick onto Jax. A nice cleanup from Endpoint there, and it makes it 12-8. away. Loser again. Finding another early kill. This time onto Jinx as he's able to pick off one of the AKs. Mac at this time using the AWP. Which I think is a wise decision. Robin able to spot a great amount of info. Always to come through with one more as well. Not able to pick him off through the smoke. Scream. 1-on-4 and picked off by Post. 12-9. Starting to really get competitive now. So what do 3DMAX want to do here? They can afford a buy round, but again, for the 3 players, Maka, Lucky, and Jax, it would be pretty limited. So they are just going to buy down here. They've actually, fully invested. Gone for a couple of pistol Kevlar plays, but again, 2 AKs. But it is going to be 3DMAX here that are already wanting to make their way inside of lower mid. 2 players there, supported by 2 more lower and short. You have the lurk play of Maka towards the A long, but Robin and Pulse both picking up kills. Maka and Jax do trade though, so able to make it the 1-on-3. Bomb should successfully be planted. Jax again, beautiful pick. Scream finds one more. Loser alone. Scream with a nice little tap to finish. 13-9. Endpoint do have money to be able to rebuy, so they'll bring out once again the double AWP setup. Still winning probably 1 or 2 more rounds for 3DMAX would eventually break the economy. 2 rounds would take them to 15-9. So consequently onto match point. Pulse, is he expecting the player through the smoke? He gathered no info at all, but he knows. He expects Lucky to be trying to shift through that, and he caught him off guard as well. Still, 3DMAX starting to make their way towards the A-bomb site, up towards A short, as they see every single player diving in. Jinx finds 2 in deep CT. Eventually gets picked off, but not before a dink happens onto Thomas. 3-on-3, and Mako locking down A long with the AWP. Loser is there as he has his sniper rifle ready as well, but not sure how much of an impact this will actually make. Loser could find one though as Maka on the edge of this box, expecting the angle, and a great flick to find the one. Max supporting him from the A long as well, so would be a very nice retake being made by 3DMAX here, by Endpoint, but Scream 1-on-1 as Max tries to adjust. Spray from Scream to finish a 3k in the round for him. 14-9 for 3DMAX. Endpoint will be able to buy for this one, but losing it, of course, it takes that T side to match point. Still 3DMAX. To 4-man stack this B bomb site. Play a little bit of an early aggression, try and force out some utility from Endpoint. Ooh, great damage done onto Pulse as well by Scream. Max has so much info though as he flanks around top mid. There's damage to Lucky, but does get caught off inside of T-spawn by Jax. That's unfortunate for that CT side. Already losing their first man. Flash comes out towards A long and it allows Jax to push. Double to support him and Loser does get eliminated. That should be 15-9 here. I hardly see a retake possible right now by Endpoint. They do look for the save already. Still, though, 3DMAX trying to deny the save of these weapons here by Endpoint. Are able to find one onto Robin, but will be able to capitalize on a trade. He does get one, but they now know where Thomas is. Maka to deny, and just look at that. They take away the guns, which means the money will not be able to provide. Still with a couple of pistols on the Endpoint team. 3 rifles in play, but they're only submachine guns. It is going to get very difficult right now for Endpoint to try and win this. Robin, as soon as that smoke fades, will have to retreat back toward the CT spawn. Side executing here toward that A bomb site, allowed to wrap around behind the car as well. Jinx able to find one. Max does trade again, but doesn't survive for long as Jax again be able to shut down one more. Maka finds the first frag. Jax finds one, and Maka trades out for a final 16-9, and Endpoint eliminated from the tournament. From the qualifier, they cannot qualify for Epicenter this time. 3DMAX head into the semi-final to face off the winner against Isaaco, Boars, and Nexus. So, there you have it. With that being said, that is pretty much the end of the coverage for us. Just to dive in with a nice little best of one for you. So, we'll probably go on over and drop a host to someone. But, with that being said, make sure to check out the sponsor of our stream, thunderpick.com. Use code ThunderpickTV for a 5% bonus on your first deposit up to €500. If you want to hit me up with a follow on Twitter, you can do so by heading to the link right there. But that is it from us. We'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching.